Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Maitreyi said that when Diti, Kasyapa's wife, found out that her issues, children, will create problems for the demigods, she carried on having children in her womb. She did not give birth, thinking that as soon as they will come out, demigods will have problems. That's why she kept the pregnancy for 100 years. 9 months children should take birth, but she kept by power of potency of spirituality she had, because she was not ordinary wife. But the pregnancy carried on. The children were growing inside for 100 years, the children were growing inside, and their power of arrogance and sin tormented the demigods. Demigods became upset, and their vigor from the face decayed. The power from sun and moon got lost. Then demigods went to Lord Brahma and prayed to him and told that the semen of Kashyapa Muni is growing in the womb of Diti, and due to that, the demigods, we all have lost the potency. Sun and moon god became potency-less, powerless. Thus, there is very difficult to differentiate night and day, and it is creating havoc in the activities of all living entities. You know present, past, and future. Please help in this regard. Can you please help? Hearing this from the demigods, Lord Brahma smiled a little and spoke in sweet words to the demigods. All demigods, everybody must pay for their karma. You also have done some kind of karma, therefore you are paying for it. And the pregnancy inside, growing in the womb of deities, also has karma. They also have to pay. Look, the reason I tell you what is happening is that my first batch of children, means Brahma is speaking, my first batch of children called Sanakadik Rishi, means Sanaka Sanandan Sanatan Sanat Kumar. These four. They have potency and power due to austerity to move everywhere in the universe and outside the universe and enter into the spiritual world. That much power they have. He's telling. One day these four Kumaras decided to go to spiritual world. Just imagine you going physically in the spiritual world, how much power you must have had. We will discuss later on about there is one person who went by the power of Vishwamitra. We will talk later on about that. By potency of their austerities, they went. When they entered into the spiritual world, they felt very happy. They were glad because they had the crave to see the Lord. They did not care about looking how beautiful the spiritual world is. They did not care. They just went to the house or residence of the Supreme Lord. The residence or the palace of the Supreme Lord in the spiritual world has 7 gates. Remember that. So these brahmacharis, these 4 Kumaras did not care about the beauty and decorations of the house and design emeralds and rubies and diamonds and pearls and all that decorations. And it's not normal house. It's not physical. It's a transcendental building. It's not like made out of, you can touch, no. So they entered, carried on entering. They passed 6 gates without looking. Not, they want to go to see the Supreme Lord first. Actually, devotees' desire is to see the Lord. That's all they want. They don't care about anything. They don't care about the outcome. They don't care about what process they are following. They want to see the Supreme Lord because the process is required to see the Supreme Lord. Devotees follow. But goal is to see God, be with God. When they came to the 7th gate, inner gate, 6th gate they passed, 7th gate, they saw 2 people having clubs in their hand. Their complexion of the body was like that of gods. They had 4 arms. They saw 2 gatekeepers. It is called Sayujya Mukti, Sarshti Mukti, Samipya Mukti, Swarupa Mukti. Having same form of the Lord, living in the same place as the Lord, having very closeness to the Supreme Lord, having same facilities as the Supreme Lord. And without caring about these 2 guards who are standing both sides of the gate, like we have in our temple in Vrindavan or in the South India, we have 2 gods. They are called Jaya and Vijaya. Without caring about them, as they entered 6 gates, they also entered in the 7th gate. But because they were looking very small, 5 years old children, having bare bodies, only loincloth, kopinam, in their body, the guards smiled and made a joke out of them. Hey! Digambar fellows, stop! Because they were bare bodies, no other cloth except little copin cloth to hide the private parts. That's all they had. They are called naked. One who has only copin in the body, they are called Digambara or naked people in the scriptures. Loin cloth is not considered a dress like that. Because they had freedom to move around everywhere. They didn't care what the guards were saying. They carried on. So the guard stopped them again. Because being stopped, they got insulted. And they became very angry. Only 1 did not become angry. 3 became very angry. Them on those 2 guards. With red eyes and anger shaking. Hey, you stopped us. Why you stopped us? Titikhyava karunika suhrada sarvadehinam ajata satrava shanta sadhava sadhabhushana. You did some great spiritual activities in your last life on earth and you came back here, got liberation, having this form, nearness to God, you came into the spiritual world and you are having this kind of avarice and an insult in your house. You're supposed to be very meek and humble and nice, friendly. How come you had this? You're imposters, you're hoax, you're not real devotees, you cannot be this. Those who are in concentration with Kṛṣṇa, continuously their attention is Kṛṣṇa and they get little disturbed in service of Kṛṣṇa, they become very angry. Lord Shiva is that person. And these 4 Kumaras are that person. These 2 categories, these 4 and this 1, 5 of them. They cannot compromise so easy. So they became very angry. You are not qualified to stay here. You get down, go from here. Get out in the place where lust, anger, and greed exists. You suffer there. You have the same form as the Lord, living in the same world as the Lord, enjoying the same facilities as the Lord, having very closeness to the Lord. And you have this kind of thing that you insult. We are Brahmins, Vedic Brahmins. Converted Brahmins have no powers. They can only help you to become devotees, introduce to you Krishna consciousness. So these fellows, these 4 of them, great personalities, they cursed. And these Jaya and Vijaya are great personalities, not ordinary. They are in the spiritual world. They knew the potency of Brahmins. What is the potency of Brahmins? We made them angry. We did not think these small little children will do such a activity, can even make us go to earth and experience lust, greed, and anger there. They knew that they are cursed. They came to their senses and folded their hands, begged pardon. Because the anger of Brahmins cannot be eliminated by using astra and sastra, means weapons of any kind. No kind of weapon can be used. They are more powerful than any kind of weapons. The curse of Brahmin. That stage, the 4 Kumaras were not Vaishnavas. They are Gyanis, performing tapasya and thinking of God. Not devotees yet. So they could curse. Vaishnava Brahmins don't curse. Don't put curse on anyone. Vaishnava Brahmins don't believe in curse because they want to help others. And curse is not a help. Their spiritual potency gets lost. Devotees don't want their spiritual potency to be reduced because curse takes so much of potency away from the devotee. So, the Jaya and Vijay said, even the Lord himself gets scared with the anger of you, Brahmins. Please forgive us. Then, because they are also devotees, they thought within them, what mistake we have done unknowingly. Knowingly done mistakes not forgivable. Remember this. They did unknowingly, thinking they are small 5-year-old children. They don't know where they are going. Possibly they're thinking that, they stopped them. If they knew that they are not small little children, possibly they would not stop. So, unknowingly. So, we have done this offense, therefore we have received appropriate punishment. Vaishnava always thinks like that. Like Chitraketu, we will discuss later on, same way. When Parvati cursed him. So the Vaishnavas think, okay, whatever punishment I received, what can I do? This is the will of the Lord. Because we acted against the will of the Lord and offended Brahmins. One should be very careful with Brahmins. If Brahmin smokes cigarette, bidi, takes tea or whatnot, they break laws, then be not that careful. But those who are Vedic Brahmins, they live as per rules of Brahmins, they should be very careful from. One should be very careful from them. The Jaya and Vijay thought now our offenses will be washed by the curse of them because we offended them. Still they begging pardon. When all this commotion was going on the gate, Lord heard it and came. Lord came himself, finding out the Brahmins are upset in the gate. Lord knows everything, you know. Lord, if Lord Brahma knows, God, the father of Lord Brahma, knows better. So he came. Seeing the beautiful Lord, these four Kumaras paid obeisances, putting their head down. That is the proper way to pay obeisances. Eko pranami na punarbhavaya. Head should be down because I'm a big lawyer, big doctor, big professor, very big rich man. I am well educated. I am from America. I am from India. I am from China. I'm a male. I am a female. This don't work in front of the Lord. Head should be down on the ground. So these four Kumaras, they paid. Eko pranami na punarbhavaya. Lord should be paid obeisances. They paid obeisances. As soon as they saw the Lord and smelled the garland of him, the smell, the tulsi fragrance from his lotus feet, these four Gyanis, Kumaras, they became devotees. That is the way. That place, these four Kumaras became devotees of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Maitreya Muni says, wonderful sloka. Tasyaravinda nayanasya padaravinda kinjalka misra tulasi makaranda vayu antargatasvavivarena chakara tesham sankhubhamakhyarajusam api chitta tanvo. Lord had Banamali. Lord is called Banamali. And his lotus feet has Tulsi. Tulsi never leaves his feet. Only at the time of sleeping, Tulsi goes. When it goes to take rest, at that time Tulsi should not remain near the Lord. So the fragrance, Makaranda Vayu, the fragrance, the air carries the aroma from the Tulsi, from the lotus feet of the Lord, and smelled. They turned into devotees. Oh God, you are so wonderful, we never thought. Jnane prayasamudapāsyana manteva. Jnani cannot be called a devotee. They don't know what Kṛṣṇa is. Jnanis, you cannot attain Kṛṣṇa. They became devotees of the Lord. They could not tolerate not becoming devotees. Brahmavada. Brahmavada means seeker of knowledge. Those who seek knowledge of God. They don't know who God is. So they became devotees and always meditated on Lord Kṛṣṇa. They folded their hands and prayed to the Lord. O Lord, you are so merciful. Only devotees can understand you, nobody else. See, they were Jnanis, Brahmavadis. They did not know at that time this much. How much? The only devotees can understand you. Bhaktapaya. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Bhakti. Only devotees can understand you. You cannot be understood by dhyanis and jnanis and karmis, those who are worldly workers, those who work in the world to maintain their family and themselves. Cannot understand. Those who are lucky in this world, they perform devotional service and enjoy your transcendental feelings. They are called most fortunate. Nobody is more fortunate than devotees. Those who study Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, putting in their hand, keeping in their hands, those who study or listen to Bhāgavatam, those who study, touch Bhāgavatam, book Bhāgavatam in front of them, and also listen Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, they attain transcendental pleasure of you, O Lord. They are praying. Seeing you is the highest among the all high peaks of pleasures derived in this creation. Seeing the Lord. And then, after praying to the Lord, they begged him. Boon from him. Begged that saying, O Lord, let our bumblebee-like mind be entangled in the lotus feet of yours. Bumblebee love the fragrance of the lotus feet. Lotus. So Lord Krishna's feet are called lotus feet. So these four Kumaras wanted their bumblebee-like selves get entangled in the lotus feet. They never come out. Your personal form is not what we thought. We thought that God is impersonal, not person. It's not impersonal, you are a person, now we realized. And it's very difficult to see you, it's very rare. And anyone's heart has become purified by executing devotional service, they are able to see you, O Lord. Bhakta paya bhujanga garudamani trailokya rakhyamani. Lord Shiva speaks to Parvati that only you can be seen by devotees. Nobody else can see. Very rare to obtain. Janma koti sukriti virna labhyate cannot be obtained by millions of births of pious deeds. Devotional service is very difficult. Very easy to obtain anything else. Why? Jnanata solabha mukti. Bhakta Samarthya. Very easy to obtain liberation by following Jnana Marga. One can obtain it. Very easy. Bhukti yagyadi sesataha. Heavenly pleasures can be attained very easily by performing some kind of charity and yagya performance and going to holy places and all that. Very easy. Punyataha. Sayam sadhana sahasre hari bhakti sudurlabha. Hari Bhakti cannot be obtained even by performing thousands of births of merits. Very difficult, very easy for devotees to attain. Lord Sri Krishna. Let us all become devotees of Krishna, sincere devotees. The first step of devotion is to obtain scripturally authentic spiritual master. Ado Guru Vasraya. That's where bhakti begins. He will teach what is bhakti, how to do it. Authorized dollar bill is the real dollar bill, although fake dollar bill also looks like a dollar bill. So you have to be careful, you have to be fortunate. Thank you very much. Shri Radha Govinda Bhagavan ki jai.